Alrighty, well, welcome to our new podcast series called Les and Lesse. I said serious. Series. Welcome to our new podcast series called Les and Lesse in the Morning. We got Charlotte Pete.
Hey.
And you got Superintendent Key, Leslie Key, and we're here to talk about issues concerning our school community and how we want to address them. We want to talk about expectations. We want to talk about behavior. We want to talk about community engagement.
And safety.
And safety. What else do we want to talk about?
We're going to involve our students. We want to get input from our students. We want to get input from our staff. We just want this to be a all-out communication for everybody, all parties involved.
Right. We want to answer any parent concerns. We want parents to be involved in what we got going on here in the Westwood Heights Community School District. We want you guys. We believe in the motto, we and us are a must. Just so you guys know that Mr. Key, I like my little sayings, but I really believe them. So we and us, right? Parents and staff, right? Dealing with students
yeah.
and their well-being. And so parents, if you got any issues, any concerns, or any questions that you might have for us, feel free to give them to us so we can address them and discuss them. Try to bring your mind, give you some peace of mind, or answer some serious questions.
Yeah.
So what do you want to deal with today?
So on this first episode, we thought it was very, very important for us to talk about expectations as well as safety, because we are starting a brand new school year and we want to make sure we get off to a great start. We want everyone to be on the same page. So we're going to start off first with expectations. And Mr. Key, what would be some of your expectations from the parents of our students?
Oh, wow. So parents, I want you, or my expectations for you to please make sure your students show up to school on time, right? That really helps them out, helps our staff out as well. And if you can't get them on time, notify, staff and the front office.
Attendance office.
Attendance office, absolutely. Expectations for parents. If you have a problem, please come up here, speak with the administration, and try not to go ziggity boom, right? Try not to go off, right? We're an educational facility, and we want to meet you where you are. And we want to sit down and discuss if kids are being bullied, harassed, or intimidated. If you got an issue with a teacher, please reach out to our administrative team, and we'll be glad to serve you guys. We really appreciate that you allow your students to attend Westwood Heights and things of that nature. So.
And let me add one thing in. One of my expectations, I'm sure Mr. Key would agree with, is parents, please, if you have a problem, let's refrain from going to social media. Come talk to someone. Come talk to the principal, the security guard, a counselor, superintendent, Mr. Key. First talk to a secretary, though.
Right.
But please, let's refrain from going to social media, because our kids will go to social media if they see their parents going to social media.
Right. And there is a chain of command, if you will, right? So I just want to make this perfectly clear. If you go to the main office, right, and you talk to the dean of students because there's an issue and you don't get the relief that you need, you can always appeal to Mr. Jordan, right, and Ms. Ross, to your building leaders. And if for whatever reason you're not satisfied with the answer, I'm not saying you got to like the answer.
Yeah, you might not like it all.
You might not like the answer, but has the issue been dealt with? And if not, then you can go right up the chain. You got our students of special services, or students, that'd be Miss Keela Geyser. She's like my number 2. And then you always have me. You can always appeal to the superintendent. I welcome parents to come in my office all the time. If you come to me, though, and I'll ask, have you spoken with the building leader? And you have not, I'm going to ask you to go down and speak with them. And then if I don't give you the satisfaction that you need, you guys are always welcome to go to a Board of Education meeting. We have them every other Wednesday at 6 o'clock here at the high school in the library, and you can voice your concerns to your elected officials concerning any matter that you have, and then we'll be sure to get back with you. We'll sit down and try to resolve the problem, but we really try to resolve it at the building level.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So my next question, Mr. Key, for you is concerning safety. So what does safety look like for our students here at Westwood Heights?
Oh my goodness. So I believe that safety, truly, parents, safety is truly our number one concern, right? We want our kids to come to school to be free from bullying, harassment, intimidation. They should not have to come to school in fear of being attacked or ridiculed or anything like that. So we wanted to deal with social emotional safety and then the physical safety, right? So we work really hard with securing our buildings, right? Contrary to popular belief, we don't want parents coming in and misbehaving themselves, right? Cutting up. We do try to stop people at the door, and we want to make sure that our students and our staff is safe. We want to make sure that if we have an emergency in the building, we notify parents, right?
Absolutely.
Through robocalls. Parents, if you're concerned about something, call the office. Try not to call your students on the phone, right? On their cell phones. And don't get me wrong, I'm a parent and a grandparent as well, and I know the importance of being able to talk to our kids directly. But we do have proper procedure and protocols in place to make sure that we protect our students. We have different levels of security to make sure that we are able to function properly. Even when something happens in a neighborhood that might happen at the store or something, our kids are safe. We have proper procedures and protocols put in place to make sure that our kids are safe. So safety is our number one concern. We want our parents and our students and our staff to have a peace of mind when we come to work and come to school every day.
Correct. I got another question. So if I'm a parent and I send my child to your school district, let's say they're in high school. So how should I feel my child is being taken care of inside the building, or what precautions are taken for other people to get inside the building? Like what does it take for someone to get inside one of your buildings?
So before you can even get into the building, all doors are locked, right? Okay. So we have a secure building, and every door has a sign on it that says, "Stop, do not let anybody that you do not know in this building," right? Or for whatever reason, however we got it worded. But every exit door has a sign on it to say, make sure that you don't open this door, especially for people you don't know. We want people to use the proper entrance to the building. And then those who have keys, we ask those who have access to the building not to prop doors open, not to lock down panic bars, all those kind of things. We want to do things properly. If a community member wants to come into the building, they have to come through the front of the building. They have to be buzzed in by security, right? Which we have a booth, and it puts them in between outside and the regular building where you have access. We want you to state your business, right? If it's official school business, well, we want you to be able to state that, and then we'll buzz you in again, and then that security aide will direct you to your proper place of your business. We ask that you go to the main office or wherever you need to go. Do not roam around the building.
Do not roam around the building.
This is not a free-for-all, right? But if you need a tour, now, so don't get me wrong, if you need a tour, Mr. Key is okay with that, but you have to notify us that, right? We don't want you roaming the building for the safety of our staff and the safety of our students, because we don't know what your intentions are.
Absolutely.
And so that's security for me.
Okay, I got one more question though for you.
Sure.
So I've been doing behavior here in the district for a couple years now, and one of our big issues that we have with some of our students are wearing their hoods in the building. Could you please put emphasis on why it is so important that students do not keep their hoods on in the building?
Absolutely. So especially during the cold months, well, they wear them any time of the year, which is amazing to me. But anyway, so we want kids to be able to wear sweatshirts. We want parents, their kids to stay warm, right? Mm-hmm. But putting your hoodie on your head, even though it's a popular trend, is really an issue of safety. And I learned this early in my educational career. Unfortunately, right, we had students who were criminal-minded, I guess, or trying to conceal their identities, right? So we had a couple kids throw their hoodies on their head, tighten it down to where they can see, try to beat up on a kid, and then run, right? And so now we can't identify their faces and things of that nature. And so we want to make sure that identity is always available for us and for our staff, right? We got to be able to identify people who are in our building, because say another kid comes from another school, have his hoodie on, conceal his identity, try to assault another kid for whatever reason gets into the building, we have to be able to identify our students. So it's simply for identification purposes to make sure, once again, that our students and staff are safe.
Thank you so much. Thank you for putting some light on that, because we have so much pushback from parents, from students, from some of the teachers even ask why. And when we try to explain it to them, they don't quite get it. But I think you just made it clear.
Right, and we just got to understand how rules work, right? So kids be like, well, my mother said or my dad said, and we appreciate mama rules. I call them mama rules. I appreciate mama rules and daddy rules, but inside the educational facility, right? So anytime that you come inside one of our school buildings, house rules don't supersede, and they cannot supersede school rules, right? So our rules are above that, and I get it. Kids do what their mothers or their dads tell them to do, but when you do that, there's consequences and repercussions, right? And so when we get that pushback, we tell them these are the rules of the house. And so basically, we assume the role of a parent when the kid gets here. So our job is to keep them safe. And so we just can't keep your kids safe. We have to keep all the kids safe. And so that's one of the rules that we have here. No hoodies on in the building, or no hoods on your head. You can wear the hoodie, but keep the hood off your head.
Yes. Do you have anything, Mr. Key?
Far as?
Any questions for me? Any questions you want me to answer for the community?
Yeah. So when we talk about approaching the building, right, what do you think is, so when parents come in, they be very upset, right, so a lot of times, and they approach us like we are part of, I don't want to say the community, right, because
we're a part of the problem.
A part of the problem. How do we get parents to see that we're really the solution? Or if we have a misunderstanding, we can talk about it sensibly without any... That's a great word, combative, or a lot of profanities and things of that nature, because I understand they want to be heard, but how does that work? How do you resolve that?
So me first, I stay calm. I'm a calm person. You're a calm person, but everyone's not calm. So first we have to almost put ourselves in their shoes. So we have to understand where their frustration is coming from. And then we have to explain to them, I'm on your side. I'm here to help you. But I can't help you if you don't allow me to help you, or if you don't explain the problem so I can help you. Because now we got a problem, and now you're causing another problem, being irate or not allowing us to take care of the situation. So I think parents should come in and understand that we have a job to do, and we're here to help. Although I do understand you're mad, but understand we're both human, we both have emotions, and just allow us to help you. Don't come in thinking negatively. Come in with a positive mindset so we can both get to a positive solution. Because if you're mad and you don't know what kind of day I'm having, I have feelings, I could get mad, and we could never come to a solution. But if both of us come in with a positive mindset, we could come to a positive solution.
Okay. I do know that some parents come in upset because they weren't notified in their minds in a timely manner after an incident has happened in the building. And so why the delay?
First, I know the number one reason is to allow us time to get all of the facts before we give them half of the story. Because if I give you half of the story, you're going to be even more mad. Mm-hmm. So the time delay is more than likely for us to gather all the information that we need, get all of the facts. So when we come to you as the parent, the story is from start to finish, and we're not leaving anything out.
Okay. All right. And so how do you address parents that you're trying to get some facts, or you're trying to notify them, but for whatever reason, you can't get a hold to them? They don't answer the phone. They got the wrong number. Oh. So how do you guys deal with that?
I go down the list. Me personally, I'll get friends, moms. Like, if I know you friends with this person, I'm going to get them. Like, can I get your mama number? I'm trying everything because I don't want the story to get back to the parent and I don't be and gave it to them.
Right.
Because that's where confusion comes in. That's where conflicts get started, and then it's a whole nother mess. So I'm going to the end of the line. I'm going on social media posts. I'm messaging you. I'm going to Instagram. I'm doing it all.
Okay. All right. And so so what do we say to parents who want us to call them, but for whatever reason, you know, we can't call certain people, right? Because on their cards, it's only certain people we allowed to call. And so they're not allowed to call this person or that person. So parents who have we have a hard time getting a hold to them, or they having a hard time getting a hold to us, what do you think a solution for them might be to make sure that, because a lot of parents work third shift.
Absolutely.
And I know that has always been an issue. Like, look, man, I'm tired, so I don't have a chance to answer
or
the phone.
even put their phone on do not disturb.
Yep.
Yeah.
So how do we handle that? What have you guys experienced concerning that?
I'll say give us an email address, more than one person's email address. I'll say give us, a neighbor's number. Give us something. Like we need to be able to communicate with the parent. And like I said, but not everybody's gonna do it. I'm gonna go to the end of the line. So I'm gonna go to every inch I can get because I know parents want to know about their children, and it's important for us to deliver those messages.
Okay.
Not Johnny calling Susie's mama telling her what the story was.
Right.
It's gonna get messed up.
So tell me this. So what are your thoughts on? I'm big into being proactive instead of reactive. How do you guys encourage parents to come to you before something happened, right? Because a parent, like if something pop off, right, or something happened in the building, and the parents be like, "Girl, this happened over the weekend, and this and this and that." How important is it for parents to notify you and your behavior team about stuff that happened over the weekend and before it spill over into the school?
I think it's very important. And so one thing I think we need to do is be seen by those parents. Like get out to go support those sporting events. Be seen at stuff that your kid's involved in. Because if the parents see you, then they'll get a feel for your personality and they'll feel more comfortable coming to you. So you can't be one of those staff members that never show up to anything or your face isn't out there and expect for a parent to come to you and feel comfortable. You got to be seen. You got to be involved. You got to let the parents know I'm here for you, even if sometimes. So I know in behavior we got different grade levels, and sometimes I'll like go down my grade levels and I'll like reach out to my parents just to say hi, hey, how you doing? I'm not calling your child's not in trouble, but if you need anything, I'm here. Just get like we get connections with students, you got to get connections with parents for them to feel comfortable with you.
Okay. I did have a parent a couple years ago said, "Mr. Key, I need you to suspend these kids. They came to my house over the weekend to fight." And I said, "Hey, I cannot suspend kids for stuff that happened in the community."
Absolutely.
And I know I know that's an issue that parents want us to do stuff about things that happen in the community that was away from school, right? And so I believe that's called threshold, right? Absolutely. If a kid, once they leave school, or once they leave home to come to school, they're in school.
They're in school.
Until they go home and go through their door and say, "Mom, I'm home," they're in school. So we could do stuff about that. But if something happens on a Saturday or a Sunday, there's nothing we can do as far as suspensions and stuff. But we still appreciate you coming to let us know. Hey, just so you know, my daughter got into it, my son got into this situation over the weekend, and they go with the same building. Letting us know, then we can intervene and be proactive with that, right?
Because it's been a couple of times where one of our security guards, he'll stop me at 7:45 in the morning and say, "Pete, I got some girls that something happened over the weekend. Could you talk to them right now?" We'll stop them at the door when they coming in, and we take care of it then. Because if anything happens here, then it becomes our problem. But if it happens outside of here and we just hear about it, we try to stop it Monday morning at the door before it even becomes our problem.
Right, and we are concerned about that because it is a disruption. So far as me, as a superintendent, one of the biggest offenses in the building is disruption of the educational process, right? So anytime we have a fight, anytime we have any type of commotion, it just disrupts the flow of the building. And then, of course, the students, they always know before we know.
Yeah, and their attention span is so short. So
right.
Anything that could disrupt it is over.
Right, it's over, and it's like something that's going to happen all day. right? So parents, so one of the things that we really enjoy, right? So students really want to be safe in the building, right? That's one thing I have learned, that our kids
they do.
really want to be safe in the building. One of the concerns that I've noticed, and when I was even doing discipline, when I was assistant principal, is that students want to tell us what's going on because they know.
Yeah.
And so what are the things that we do to make sure that our kids are safe if they tell us what's going on?
Build trust. I just build that trust with them. And because it only take one time for them to know that you're not going to tell, or you're not going to mention their name. And after that, you got them. You golden.
Right.
It only take that one time, and after that, you golden, and they'll share with their friends, like, I told Mr. Key something. He didn't tell nobody, so he ain't going. And then they'll be on your side too. So you'll look up and have everybody telling you all kind of stuff because they know you're not going to tell on them. So.
Right, because I know a lot of people swear we had a lot of fights in the building, and we don't. We really don't. We don't have any more fights or anything like that. And one of the reasons I think that happens is because when kids know something was finna pop off, they'll tell us, right? And my thing, I tell a kid, you ain't got to say nothing but tell me where it's going to happen at.
Absolutely.
Kid be like, Miss Key, something happened down there, and they keep walking.
Yeah.
And I'll go down there, I see you, come with me, and we stop stuff. We are real proactive in the hallways. One of the things that I like about our staff is that when the bell rings, we're all out there looking at our kids, and we're looking at.
And they know we're out there.
And they know we're there.
Yeah.
Looking at the feng shui. I call it the feng shui, right? Because there's a flow in every building, right? There's a normal flow, but then when we see a disruption in that flow, we head towards that area.
Yeah, I had a student last year, like you said, we were in the hallway, bell rung. He said, Miss Pete, they about to fight. I said, who? He said, over there. I got in the middle of it real quick.
Right, right.
So they didn't even know he said anything, but I appreciate him saying something.
And parents and students, just so you know, that's very, very helpful for the safety of our building, because once again, if we can stop it before it gets started, and it's usually a misunderstanding.
Absolutely.
How many times have a fight happened and they don't even really know why they fought?
They never know why they fight. If you ask, they say, I don't know.
There's always he said, she said, they said, and we said.
Yeah.
It's all the time.
It's so minute. It's something that could be taken care of with a simple conversation. Every time. Every time.
Okay. And so parents, it's okay to call us. Hey, just so you know, Mr. Key, Miss Pete, Miss Ross, Mr. Johnson, whatever. My kid had this issue. When they get there, can you pull them in so they can get to it? And I know kids don't like to tell or whatever, and we make sure we conceal the identities of students who want to be safe but want us to know. Absolutely. And that's one of the things. I'll go to a kid, and my thing is, word on the street is this, right? And I like saying that, and then they be like, "Who told you that?" I said, "It doesn't matter. Is it true?
Doesn't matter.
Is it true?" And of course, they always say, "No, it's not true."
Because they don't want to be the ones to tell.
Right. But we know anyway.
Yeah.
And so we give them an opportunity to fix it if they can. If they cannot, come to your staff, right? And parents, remind your students that if they tell Mr. Key and nothing happens, tell Miss P. And then if it don't happen with Miss P, we got social workers, we got behavior people, we got teachers, we got staff all over the place to make sure that somebody is going to hear them, to make sure we can rectify the problem.
Yep. And parents, please know that if we don't know anything about it, we can't help the situation. Sometimes we are not privy to the stuff that goes on, and then it just happens. And then it's like, why y'all didn't do nothing? Well, we didn't know.
Right, and that's our appeal, right?
Yeah, sometimes we just don't know.
The kids know.
They know.
And they just got to inform us. And they got to be able to. And there is somebody your kid trusts, right, in the building, because we had a trusting staff. And if they could tell somebody they trust, we can do things about it. And then when things they tell us, right, we promise not to tell unless it's something legally we have to do.
Yeah.
Because we are mandated reporters, right? So we have to report things that are mandated by the state or according to the law. And so we have to do our jobs concerning that. But for the most part, if it's conflict resolution, we can resolve conflicts and resolve the issues so that our students will stay safe.
Yeah. Right. Well, I think we covered our topics today.
Okay.
Please, 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 if you have anything that you want us to talk about, any questions you want us to answer, please let us know. We are open to answering questions. We are open to topics. We just want this to be a community involved, student involved again, staff. If you have anything you want us to talk about, let us know as well.
And so if they have any questions, can they email you?
They can email me.
Give me your email address.
My email is cpeat@hamadyhawks.net.
All right. So this is our first episode
Yeah.
of Les and Lesse in the morning. We got it done. We hope that we have many more episodes for you guys for family and community involvement. And I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have anything for them?
Thank you so much. Stay safe.
All right. Peace and hair grease.